Okay, hello, my name's Tom Bancroft, and I'm a former Disney animator, and this is How to Draw Simba. And this is not has nothing to do with the Disney company. This is just me as an artist wanting to have fun and show people, how to draw a character. You start with a simple circle, and you can see I'm adding the crosshairs vertically and horizontally. And then I add little ovals for the eyes on both sides of that vertical line. And the one further away is a little bit more of an oval than the one closer to us. Then I start adding a box shape, and this is going to be the muzzle for his face. And there's a little triangle shape in the front, which is going to be his nose. It's important to draw the circle, and then right about in the middle right there is about where his mouth is going to go. But we're going to have him smiling, so got to add sort of a cheek shape just below his eyes. And now this is his eyebrows just above his eyes. And there's kind of that's his cranium there, of course. Now I'm starting to put in some tufts and fluffs. That's what we call hair at Disney. Tufts and fluffs just kind of helps break up so you don't get a buzzsaw shape. Some are a little bit sharper, some are a little rounder and thicker. There's the bottom of his muzzle. I'm kind of jumping all around. And then these C shapes are his ears. You'll see later I'll kind of define them more, and they have a little bit of a triangular shape to them. And I'm just using the side of my pencil, my graphite. Now I'm starting to do the neck. Because it's just using the sides, I can just sort of sketch things out kind of quickly. He's got a pretty thick neck. There's his shoulder, just a curved shape, and then into his torso. He's kind of sitting on his hind legs. That's his chest there. When we were animating on Lion King, we had to learn a lot of anatomy things about lions and just quadruped walks or four-legged walks. And so you can see here I'm starting to put in shoulders on the other side and then into the legs, the front legs. And so far I'm just kind of trying to block it out. And pretty soon I'm going to start doing a little bit more detail. And for that, I start switching over to, not using the side anymore, but going straight in with the tip of the pencil and kind of showing, really kind of defining the bridge of the nose. And then here is the triangular shape of the actual tip of the nose. And he has two nostrils, of course, on both sides. Like a little wrinkle at the top of the nose where the muzzle joins the head. And those are like little tear ducts. They have these black kind of triangular tear ducts that connect into the nose. And I like to do a thicker outline on the top eyelid, and that's what I'm doing here. And I think that helps, especially in eye blinks. You get it's kind of a Disney thing. Get a nice, and it's more expressive having the thicker outline on the top one. And I like to add the eyes last. I mean, I don't know why, but I think it's just that's when it starts coming to life for me. And I guess I try to save that. So I add that I'm adding it now here, and there's like a little circle for a highlight, and then another darker one that would be the iris. You always want to kind of pause for a minute and step back and kind of look at it every once in a while to see if you're going in the right direction or your proportions are correct. And I'm kind of doing that throughout. Now I'm drawing the muzzle, the top part of his mouth, and the bottom. The bottom part is thicker, and you notice I'm starting to darken it in a little bit thicker here. And that's just, again, animal or lion anatomy, is that they have this sort of thick, kind of leathery almost bottom lip. I don't go into a lot of detail on the teeth here because I think too much detail doesn't look right. And then there's a little tufts and fluffs at the bottom of his chin there. And he does have a shape around his eye, and that's what I'm defining here. And his eyebrows are actually kind of shaggy, kind of thick, but you know, kind of in lines there. And then down into the cheeks, and more tufts and fluffs, a little fur shape on the side, and fur on that side. And we really do kind of plan where the fur is. We're not doing fur throughout. So when we design characters, you know, you're also kind of figuring those things out too, where you want to put the breaks. Like there's an angle break here at the top of his cranium, so we add a kind of a big tuft and fluff there. That gives it him like a little, you know, little cowlick or whatever you want to call that. And here, when I do the ears, you notice that it's thicker at the base and kind of thins out as it goes up into the ear. And this is where I'm defining it a little more triangularly. Obviously, I'm drawing this pretty quick. This is not my best Simba ever. So I hope you understand that. I'm just trying to work with the camera filming and making sure I'm on camera. So it's not the easiest way to do it, but and there's a little break in his chest. You can see there's a little tufts and fluffs there, and that this is the white part of his chest there in the middle. Now I'm defining the arms, his forearms, and the shoulder, and then coming down into his body. Starting to wrap it up. Adding a little shading here and there, and this is just using the side of the pencil. It works great for that because the bottom of his ear is kind of darker like that. I think it helps it kind of pop out. I always forget, but got to throw in the whiskers at the very end there. And a little cleanup. I did a few smudges. And that is how you draw Simba. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope to do it again another time. And there we go. How to draw Simba. Thanks for tuning in.